Monster Jam
is roaring into the Macon Coliseum, April 18th through the 20th, with 4 awesome shows featuring Monster Jam trucks, world champion drivers, freestyle competitions, gravity-defying stunts, and heart-pounding races. The whole family will enjoy lots of action and excitement.
coming to Macon Coliseum.
Start the fun early at the Monster Jam Pit Party. Get revved up with Monster Jam Trackside Experience. Meet the superstars of Monster Jam. The competition is fierce as 8 top drivers battle it out for a spot in the Monster Jam World Finals. Don't miss the 2025
Monster Jam.
coming to the Macon Coliseum, April 18th through the 20th. Tickets available at Ticketmaster or get your tickets now for only $12 with coupon. Use offer code MJMBP. $12 coupons are available at
Macon Black Pages.
For more info, visit monsterjam.com.
Monster Jam.
As big as it gets.
As quiet as it's kept, one of the ways to positively affect families and the community and organizations is through business and economic development. And as quiet as it's kept too often and too regularly, opportunities as it relates to business and economic development are not maximized in the African American community. Additionally, there are resources available, to try to help us address the need for more development from a business and an economic development perspective. So I was sitting on my sofa last week and I said, I got a new edition of the Black Pages coming out. And then I got this compadre by the name of Charise Stevens, who is charged of the Office of Small and Minority Business Assistance. So rather than just sitting back on the sofa not doing anything, why don't you do something? So this is the beginning of activities to promote, develop, educate, inform, and all other kinds of activities as it relates to economic development. And since this is a fireside chat rather than an interview, let me tell y'all something. It is high time. I like the way that rolls, Charise. It is high time that we begin to pay attention to things that we can do as a community to uplift our community. And consumerism and economics are avenues to an improved community. So what we do with the Macon, Middle Georgia Black Pages is give all African American, as a matter of fact, if you got an African American business and you're not listed in the publication on the website, then it's free. Come on now. You have to market and promote your business. And speaking of the Macon, Middle Georgia Black Pages, I am so pleased, and I'm going to just show this real quick because we're going to have the reveal party, if you please, on April the 22nd. But that's the new one, y'all. Boom, boom, boom. That's the new edition, the 2025 edition of the Black Pages, and we're going to have a reveal party for advertisers and sponsors at the Tubman African American Museum on April the 22nd at 7 o'clock. And so if your business is not listed, then you need to go ahead and go to www.maconblackpages.com and list your business. Now we're going to come back to the Black Pages, but I'm going to, that's a good segue, however you pronounce that word. I always mispronounce it. To bring Charise Stephen Meriwether in, who's the director of the Mayor's Office of Small and Minority business assistants to kind of talk about her organization and said they got some real interesting initiatives coming up. Before I turn it over to Charise, too often we sit back and we complain about certain conditions in which we find ourselves, but oftentimes there are things that we can do ourselves. Like African American consumers spend $3.5 billion a year in Central Georgia on goods and services, not nearly enough. I like the way that rolls, Charise. Not nearly enough of that revenue finds its way into the African American community as a result of part of that revenue being spent with African American businesses. So, that's one way we can improve our own community by just, the dollar in other communities circulates 18 days in some communities. In our community, it only circulates about 6 hours. Woe unto me. Huh. So I just want us to garner and be more conscientious about what we can do and then it's high time too. Let me say that real quick. It's high time that we begin every self-help initiative, and y'all know what I'm talking about. Every self-help initiative we can initiate, and one resource that we can use is the Office of Small and Minority Business Assistance. So I'm going to introduce to some and present to others. Miss Charise Stephen Meriwether.
Hey, sir.
Who will talk about some of the initiatives through that department. Charise?
Hey, sir. Well, first of all, I want to say I'm so excited. I'm sitting here with a goat, and every time something comes out your mouth, anybody around you, you inspire us to do better and to do the work. And I can tell your background is a teacher because you teach us on a daily basis. Sometimes we listen and sometimes we don't, but we appreciate it. But yes, hi, I am Charise Stevens Meriwether. I work for Mayor Lester and Miller. One of his first things he did when he came into office was hire me. My background as a single mom of two was I was an entrepreneur. And that was how I combat poverty and got to the place I am now. So I bring to this office more than just books and knowledge, but a level of compassion and empathy and understanding the plight that we have had to endure to even get a seat at the table. So I think that's why I work even extra harder. The Macon Bibb Office of Small Business Affairs, we're located at 688 Walnut Street in downtown Macon. We provide free technical assistance because we want you to do business with Macon Bibb County. We have procurement solicitations posted on our website. We have to be completely transparent with those things. And my job is, if you see something that you think you can do, and you may have never worked with the government before, you can come to us, a judgment-free zone, to get some assistance to help your business build a capacity you need so you can actually vie for these solicitations. So we've been very successful in some ways, and in some other ways, we got a lot of work to do. And I've had some great conversations with Alex about how we can work together to get people thinking out of the box, expanding their business, even looking at what people are buying, because this is some uncertain times. We see the news and we don't have any time to waste. This is the time to learn about AI, which I'm excited for the book showing, and I'm going to be there with bells on. And I do want to encourage any Black-owned business to be listed in the Macon Middle Georgia Black pages. We have people across the state that ask for this book. And he's not going to say it, but I call him the GOAT, but other communities want to have a Black pages. And we are privileged enough to have it. So we need to be intentional in supporting these businesses and also working together. We don't need our money going out. What'd you say? 6 hours? How many hours is it?
That's it. It's gone. In other and in other communities, 18 days, but 6 hours, my money, y'all take it. I ain't gonna put none of it back in my community, and with organizations and businesses that's gonna help me, I'm gonna just go spend it all. And now this is not preaching or practicing separatism.
Right.
It's self-help. And that's what we're trying to say, and that's what we're trying to recommend as it relates to that. And then, simply enough, the Black Pages is a vehicle that you can use. That's why I want all Black businesses to make sure you got to listen in the book. If you need a beautician, and have some Black girl magic like what Charise got on today, then you could go to the Black Pages to find, some Black girls who can give you some Black girl magic. And then there are other categories: accountants, barbers, beauticians, artists, contractors, you name it. So we just need to utilize that resource. And then we need to be, as Charise's favorite word is, intentional.
Yes.
I ain't gonna let you see much because we're gonna have the book reveal on the 22nd at the Tubman. But that's what we want to do. But Charise has come up with certain initiatives. She keep telling me about this street thing. She keep asking me, do you know how to paint lines on the street? Or do you know how to do curbs? Or do you know how to do paving? Because she wants some of Macon is over 50% Black. So what, our goal is to generate more than 5 or 10% of the revenue, or be responsible for more than 5 or 10% of the income that's coming into our community. Right. Now, notice I didn't say the outgo. The outgo is too much. We outgoing a bunch. But what we want to do is work on the income. And the way to work on the income is by doing business with each other and, whenever possible. The other thing that maybe you can talk about, Charise, is that if there are initiatives, we need to learn how to work together because, like you said, the paving project, I know,
right.
We had that, and you're going to talk a little bit more about Ricardo, but they had the Pleasant Hill Accelerator. They had that park over there in Pleasant Hill that they were trying to find contractors to do. I don't know how that ended up. But there are opportunities. And sometimes you have to talk to somebody, and then other times you have to work with somebody. But if you're in business, and if you are intentional,
yes,
word again, about doing business, then she may have some suggestions as it relates to what one can do. Charise?
And I want to put out a challenge. Macon-Bibb County, they passed the SPLOS. I think it's at 83%. I think it's a high number. And so that means that we're going to have a lot of building projects, a lot of beautification, those types of things. So even if your company maybe only paint lines, maybe you can get with a dump truck guy or a roller guy and get together and try to do some of these projects. So I want your listeners, your listserv to understand that if you're interested in that, get in contact with Alex Habersham. We're going to do some special training. Of course, I cannot guarantee any contracts, but I'm going to be working hand on hand with you to see if you can get some of these contracts. Some of these contracts can be generational changing for your family. And we want you to be part of the boom that's happening in Macon-Bibb County. Every time you turn around, not just a Crown Plaza going down, but you see they're leveling out, they're going to have some redevelopment. Every area in Macon-Bibb County is having some type of building projects. And with the Lanier Park, we did have a Black-owned business that got it. Stafford Construction did get that bid. But guess what? We have a lot of Stafford construction companies in the making, and you just need to maybe work together, become a subcontractor. It's a lot to do. And the beauty about this is that the Macon-Bibb Office of Small Business Affairs was written in the charter for Macon-Bibb. We're not going to charge you. What's our fee, Mr. Alex Habersham, you come to my office?
Zero.
$0. If you were in a major city, they would charge you for what we do here. So I want to encourage you to come on down to our office and then reach out to Alex and let him know that, listen, you want to be part of this training, this outreach, this intentional outreach, so you can do work with Macon Bibb County.
Yeah, and that's important. And then while we're on business development, entrepreneurialism, and entrepreneurship, and that those kinds of things, I want to give a shout out to the Central Georgia Coalition of Black Businesses. That's a Black commerce organization that we have created. So we're in the process of wrapping up our website, cjcbb.org. And then we're encouraging everybody, every business, every entrepreneur in the area. It's not just Macon, and we're not just talking about Macon as it relates to the Central Georgia Coalition of Black Businesses. And we want you to take a look at joining the coalition, and I will put my number up on the screen so you can call, and we'll put the website up on the screen also, so you can go to the website and find out more about that. So how about this thing that you've got coming up at the terminal station? Are you ready to promote that?
Yes, I am. So I'm not only a facilitator, I'm a learner too. You need to be a lifelong learner. So I was a participant in Ricardo's Pleasant Hill Accelerator. It was phenomenal. And that is Alice Habersham word. And I said he had a gift. And I wanted him to come and partner with us so we can do training on how to do business with Macon Bibb County. We do a lot of different outreach, but it's okay to have different messengers. And the trust that the people in his class had for him made me realize I'm going to work with him, because we are going to have more people doing business with Macon Bibb County. And that's my job. I'm going to do that. So the meeting is from 9 to 11. It's going to be on April the 26th at the terminal station. It's also during the time of the Pan-African Festival. So before you go out and celebrate Black excellence and pride, come to us between 9 and 11, get your learn on, understand information, get lunch, and then go over there to the Pan-African Festival. I think it starts at 12 noon, and make a day of empowerment and bettering yourself. So we're super, super excited. And then if it goes well, hopefully we can have some additional trainings in the future. I'm bringing the SBA coming down. They're having a round table across the state. They're picking Macon first. And you know why they're picking Macon first? Because this girl right here worked hard to showcase what we're doing across the state. And then you can learn about SBA contracting as well. So it's a lot going on, and you got to stay in the know. It's good to get on Mr. Alex listserv, because he keeps you on the know. I look forward to my emails because there's a lot going on, and we want you to be a member of the coalition as well. Was that too much?
That's outstanding. I forgot the title of that seminar, but we will post that. We will post that poster. We will put that poster up on the screen also. So, I just enjoy, just discussion and conversation. And let me tell you something else. And I'm glad you remember, the email list. I send out emails on what's going on in the community. And so if you don't get those emails, you should. Even if you're not in business, but we have political, social, economic, education, and civic and spiritual. We promote all those kinds of activities. So, you can just call the Black Pages office, 478-464-0074, and then we can send you the information, to your website as it relates to how you can join. And then we may even try to watch me. Since incident. The theme of the new book is on AI and technology. And we got two phenomenal, and we're gonna have a lot of speakers. We're gonna have the mayor. We're gonna have the mayor Macon, the mayor Warner Robbins. We're gonna have he's a business. A lot of people don't know that Reverend Paul Little is a businessman. Right. He's gonna be on it. We might ask him to bless the food, but he's gonna be on the panel for the publication celebration as a businessman. So we will have them, and then we will have Aaron, from Newtown, Macon, and then we will have Erica Smith and Kevin Moore, who are they from Macon, but they are corporate executives with Microsoft. So we're going to have some AI demonstrations. It's just a lot to do. Now, what we're doing with that is, we're going to set up an Eventbrite so you can register. And what we're going to do, I'm going to have to take care of my advertisers first because that's how I print the book. Just being honest, y'all. But I think there will be enough room for many other people to come, but just kind of let us know if you're coming because we're going to have, we're going to serve food and networking. We're going to have some vendors. Oh, we're limiting the number of vendor tables. So if you're interested in being a vendor, give us a call. But I wanted to have this conversation for three reasons. First of all, Macon-Bibb County, spends a lot of money, and they purchase a lot of goods and services. And we want more of that revenue to come into our community. And the Office of Small and Minority Business Assistance Program, under the capable leadership of Ms. Charise Stevens Meriwether, is the vehicle to try to make that happen. So you need to reach out to her. She's given you her address, and she may want to give a phone number before we get off the call. So that's one reason we wanted to do, is to kind of, get some money coming into our community. The other thing, we want the money that's already coming in our community to stay in our community longer. That's why we print the Black pages. So we're trying to prick your conscientiousness as well as the role that you can play in uplifting our community through being conscientious about the dollars that we're not preaching separatism. Like, we got to live together. But my point is, ain't nothing wrong with self-help. So this is a self-help concept, because as these businesses do well, then they'll contribute to the churches, they'll contribute to nonprofits, they'll volunteer, they'll give away more. It's just a win-win. It'll pay more taxes,
right.
So it's a win-win for the entire community. The other thing I want to tell you very quickly, we're going to look, I got to get into AI. So we're going to do some exciting technological things with our website. We got a marketplace on the website. We got a daily calendar, and we got the news and views. So there are a lot of things happening. www.makerblackpages.com. They're already there, but we're going to be expanding that more. And we're just excited about all of these things. So, Charise, when is your activity at the terminal station?
Yeah, at the terminal station, we're going to be partnering with Diligent for Global and having a contract with Macon-Bibb County. It's going to be on April 26th from 9 to 11. You can go there and then go to the Pan-African Festival and enjoy yourself. And then we'll have some other things coming out of the pipeline. Next Monday, we're going to have a mixer with the Central Georgia Coalition of Black Business at Visit Macon. And I'm doing my Habersham thing, Visit Macon, and we're excited about that. Hopefully that will spawn more partnership opportunities as we try to tell the story of Black tourism here in Macon-Bibb County. So it's a lot going on. And I know we're running out of time, but just Mr. Alex, I got you on the hot seat. Tell me, what inspired you to have the Black pages? Because you have touched so many people's lives. So I'm just trying to see how, I call you the GOAT, but what inspired you to do what you're doing right now?
My love for Black folk and my love for the community, and my belief that we can do much better if we just become more aware of what we can do to help ourselves.
Okay, I'm gonna put that on my next shirt. The Alex C. Habersham collection. But thank you, sir, for the opportunity to talk with you about the Office of Small Business Affairs. I do want people to come. Our number is 478-300-2297. You do have to have a current business license to be an official client with our with OSBA. but we're here to help, and our services are free of charge.
This is a call to action. I'm your host, Alex Habersham, having interviewed and having had a fireside chat with Miss Charise Stevens, Meriwether. So we got reminders, we got the event at the Tubman, we got the Pan-African Festival, which is important to help celebrate what we're doing. We got the Black Pages Business Mixer at April the 22nd, and premiering of the book at the Tubman Museum at 7 o'clock. We got you've got encouragement to do business and utilize the Black Pages and to utilize just so much. Don't just stand there, do something that's going to help the community. This is the call to action. I'm your host, Alex Habersham, having interviewed Miss Charise Stevens, Meriwether. Have a great business and productive day.
Alex on the air, we're strong and true.
www.makingblackpages.com
Monster Jam.
Is roaring into the Macon Coliseum, April 18th through the 20th, with 4 awesome shows featuring Monster Jam trucks, world champion drivers, freestyle competitions, gravity-defying stunts, and heart-pounding races. The whole family will enjoy lots of action and excitement.
Coming to Macon Coliseum.
Start the fun early at the Monster Jam Pit Party. Get revved up with Monster Jam Trackside Experience. Meet the superstars of Monster Jam. The competition is fierce as 8 top drivers battle it out for a spot in the Monster Jam World Finals. Don't miss the 2025
Monster Jam.
coming to the Macon Coliseum, April 18th through the 20th. Tickets available at Ticketmaster, or get your tickets now for only $12 with coupon. Use offer code MJMBP. $12 coupons are available at
Macon Black Pages.
For more info, visit monsterjam.com.
Monster Jam.
As big as it gets.